Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy. I wanna too many videos out there about Amorim this, Amorim that, and too many negative things. Is Amorim the right guy still? Blah blah that. It's just too much. So this video right now, hopefully, is to go on the positive of why Amorim is the right guy. So I kind of just wanted to go based off of last year and this year, just kind of give little numbers into what I believe we are, and then you can decide for yourself. So, for example, first, I want to come in to expected goals. Last season, right? Now, I understand that it's a very small sample size right now for what we're about to see with these numbers compared to last year, let's say, right? And that some of the stats might even look a little bit better for United because we were definitely worse when after Amorim took over, because he said, I'm gonna change the tactics mid-season. I do not care. I don't care that half of my starting 11 is 22 years or younger with very little experience in top leagues. I don't care about that. I'm just going to force these players to know how to play my way, and by the time that next season starts, they'll at least be a little bit further in the mastering of my system and tactics. That's like, I just want to get to that, is that you guys need to understand that there's one way and one thing, one idea and all that, like Amorim has claimed, right, that he has, right? He has an idea, he has a style and all that, and he wants to play it. And he wants his players to master it. And guys, mastering does not come after 6 months. It doesn't come after a year. You're probably looking at mastering his system closer to 2 if you have all the players at the same time, right? That's mastering is what I mean. I'm not saying improvement or being good at it. I'm talking about mastering, okay? He said he wanted that, and I absolutely love that. But okay, let's just take one quick look at these numbers, right? Last season, we finished 12th in expected goals. 12th, right? I would say we probably deserved more, like where we finished, like 15th. I think this is probably when Eric Ten Hag was here and like Rashford and stuff were playing, because I think if Rashford plays the whole time Amorim is managing, he scores goals for us, and we score more goals because he's here. I mean, he scored, I think, 2 or 3 goals in the small amount of games he played under Amorim, so he would have definitely scored goals. Which obviously he did when he went to Aston Villa a little bit too. Then you look at this season, expected goals right now, we are first. I'm not saying that I'm expecting that to be maintained. I'm also not saying we're gonna finish there. But it's a difference already, right? Like, I'm just saying that is a little bit better. And the thing is, the little bit of extra context, right, about who we played, right? We're first in expected goals after playing Arsenal, City, and Chelsea in the first 5 games. So we've gone up against Arsenal, who was one of the best defenses in the league last season. We've gone up against 2 other top 4 teams last season, and we're still the number 1 expected goals this season. That's saying something. Shots on target per match. Last year, we finished in 12th again, right? This season, we're 4th. Small sample size, but okay. For me, that's an improvement, no matter what. But okay. Big chances last year. We finished 12th again. Wow, surprising. 12th again. So far this season, 6th. Improvement. Okay. All right. Big chances missed. God, this is the beautiful. I think probably around the same for both. Oh, wow. Actually, I think we're just going to be clearly around 12th again. Literally 12th again. That's crazy. So we didn't even create that many big chances or miss that many. So, we weren't doing anything. That's crazy. This season, fourth. We've already missed 7 big chances, bro. 7. The only other teams are City, Crystal Palace, and Bournemouth. Bournemouth have the same amount as us. Crystal Palace have 9 and City have 9. So really just 2 teams have more missed chances than us. I mean, dude, you put yeah, I just don't even 7 big missed chances is ridiculous. But whatever. So that's crazy. Accurate passes per match. This is last season. Okay, last season we finished 5th, which is pretty good. This season we're off to, I think, 8th. So that's pretty much, yes. I don't like going like down a little bit in that one, but I'll see you at the end of the season. That one I definitely want to see. Accurate long balls per match. Last season we were 6th. Not bad. This season I believe we're 1st. Yeah, we're 1st. Accurate crosses per match. Right now we are 2nd in the league. Sesko goals are coming, man. Sesko goals are coming. We are 2nd in the league and accurate crosses per match this season. Last season, we were 12th. Clearly a little bit better improvement. Those are like the few stats that you could look at, that you could just say that if you lead in them, they're most likely going to lead to wins, right? So if I look at last season, right? Last season, Liverpool was number 1 in expected goals, number 1 in shots on target per match, number 1 in big chances, number 1 in big chances missed, which is crazy as well, number 2 in accurate passing, number 1 in penalties awarded, touches in the box. Liverpool was number 2 last season, and in corners, right? Touches in the box last season we were 9th. This year, touches in the opposition box we are 4th. Difference there, right? So yeah, you can say, oh, these stats maybe don't give you the biggest picture, they're not completely accurate. I would 100% agree. I think you have to have a bit of multiple things. One is the eye test, right? Like I have to see good football being played. But the stats, if you're up in those stats, it usually doesn't mean you're playing bad football regardless. I think there's other metrics than, let's say, expected goals, for example, that would be more accurate. That would be less accurate, let's say. Not more accurate, but I feel like if you're top in the league and expected goal shots, you're probably, and big chances, you're probably gonna have a good chance of like winning the league, honestly, because it just means you're creating and you're literally expected to score goals. Like that's really good. You're constantly creating and constantly like proving that you should be scoring, which is good. It just, those numbers with the conversion rate and stuff will probably even out. Like the conversion rate will probably even out for a team that's creating that many chances. If they continue to do that, then not, right? For me, the fact that Cunha and Bomo and Sesko were not here last season, that Mason Mount, which is the other player that's pretty much started up front except for Ahmad, didn't really play like that much last season. Like it just it gives me like a reason for poor finishing. I can understand 3 players that have never really played together up front not being able to maybe play the right last pass, like a better last pass for one of them to finish. Like that is to me that I can understand as a player, because sometimes it takes a little bit to know that, oh, maybe he likes the ball in this situation here, and he'll have a really good chance of finishing if I put the ball there instead of doing this. Or I know he's going to make this little run if he gives me this look or whatever, and I'm going to play the ball correctly where I expect him to be. Those little things come after gelling time and stuff. So I see like the goals starting soon. Like Cunha and Bomo are both really good finishers of the football. So like I just don't see that if they continue to get chances that they wouldn't like take them, And then if we're talking about, let me see here really quick, because we're talking about, let's say, Sesko, right, and his finishing, I just can't imagine it really being that bad, because I like his touch is good. Like there was a lot positive that I saw from Sesko. I felt like why isn't he on here? Wasn't he in Red Bull Leipzig? Right? Yeah, what is this? What year is this? Is this current year? No, yeah, what? Is this not the right year, bro? What is going on here? But like, yeah, Cunha and Bomo are, for me, both good finishers. And you're like telling me that if they continue to get chances and stuff, that they're not gonna score, bro. Like, those are silly things to me. Honestly, like they're just extremely like silly things for you to tell me, because like there's just no way that if they continue to create the amount of chances that they're creating right now, that they're not gonna start scoring. That's just silly, man. So yeah, like there's so much that's looking positive and that is going in the right direction, right? Everybody that was involved in preseason, super happy about preseason. The games that we played with the players that were here from the moment that Amorim got here to those 2 games, we played the best time when we had the players that were here for those 6 months. We started to struggle a little bit to score after those players left, right? After the front 3 became completely new, right? Once Mbuomo, Cunha, and Mason Mount became the starters up front, that's when we started to like kind of struggle to score, because before that we scored 7 goals in 2 games against West Ham and Bournemouth. That's not like a gimme. Bournemouth is a pretty good team, and we scored 4 goals against them. We played really well against them, and that game was the one game that we had all the players from last season starting. Like we didn't have one player that was new starting that game, and we dominated. And it's because of that. Those players were here for that amount of time, and then from that game on, the players that were starting up front weren't really here last year for the amount of time that Amorim was here. Yeah, Mason Mount was here, but he wasn't practicing. He was hurt pretty much the whole time. So the season started with a brand new front 3 up front. That's going to take some time to gel. But the fact that we're still number 1 in expected goals, top 5 in chances created, and chances missed, it just shows me that we are very close to getting results and like finishing those chances. Because if Sesko, Cunha, and Obomo continue to get chances, they are gonna score, man. Like they're gonna start putting chances away. And Obomo is very clinical. Cunha was clinical last season when I watched and looked at his highlights and everything. So I just can't see myself not expecting goals to come once they're just a little bit more comfortable playing with each other, where they know just a little bit more about where each other is going, where they want the ball, and all of that. Then so we go from that, right? Culture, this beautiful culture that people were happy about this summer, where it was like positive, where it's hard work and practice, all of that stuff was built. Fantastic players having to spending time with each other, all that stuff, really good. So culture-wise, something has been built. The making sure that everyone's on the right page, same page, getting rid of players that aren't for the team and anything like that. The recruitment of players, has been correct. The players we've brought in have to have you excited about watching Man United play every week, because Cunha and Mbomo are both very exciting, and Sesko, honestly, I'm very excited about. Dorgu is exciting. Every player that Amorim has brought in so far has been somebody that I'm excited about right now or for the future, really. Seeing Diego Leon's attributes excite me. He has good attributes. He just has to get used to the speed of the game here, all of that. The new kid, Christian Roscoe, that they just signed, seems like a good player for the future. Haven, Um, Even Dorgu is like for now, but also for the future. Like these players that are for the future, I'm happy about all of them. They all seem to have a future and have really good potential. And then the players that they brought that are known are not only like 25, where they're young enough to be here for 7, 8 years and contribute to us winning. They're proven and they have the experience. So everything in the recruitment process has been good. The contracts that we've signed players to have been good. The amount we're paying them per week have been good. What are we? Can we have been like faster with stuff? Yeah. Could we have offloaded players faster? Probably not, honestly, because their wages were wild. So it was definitely difficult getting rid of these players who have crazy wages and get to choose where they go, right? Because I'm sure they could have offloaded Sancho halfway through the summer probably, but he didn't want to go. He wanted like certain teams and they didn't want him. And with Rashford, we kind of got him out. Anthony, like Betis, like really waited all the way to the end to pay us. Like, you guys wanted him. He played well for you. What? Like, you guys just try to take advantage of us. So, honestly, they did the best they could in this transfer window. But I thought it was at least a 9 out of 10 transfer window. If we would have gotten Baleba, it would have been 11 out of 10, maybe 12 out of 10, because we would have filled pretty much every hole. Not in the right now, but at least for kind of the right now and the future, right? Because Lamens could be our right now in a couple of months if he wins the position. And then Baleba would have probably been our right now and our future this summer. So, like, we would have filled every hole, which is unbelievable to think about in that one window. We were really close this window. I don't know where people are upset. I just don't understand why there's still videos out there. Amorim out, or is Amorim the right guy still? What are we talking about, bro? I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's not even 1 full year into him being here. We screwed him by having him come in when he did, because you saw the kind of locker room that was here. The kind of like, there was no style of play, no tactics. There was nothing. There was nothing built here in those 2+ years that Erik ten Hag was here. There was no culture. There was no core. There was nothing built here in those 2+ years. And that's the shit that pisses me off about him. There was nothing built here, man. And that's what he came into. And that's the team that he forced to play a brand new system, which I'm not one of the fans that's upset about that. When he says, I want this team to know my tactics because that's how I want to play, why would I be upset about that when I, as a fan, want my manager to be here for 10 to 20 years? If I want that, then I want that manager to start teaching his system as fast as humanly possible, which is right away. Because you know that, you knew that no matter what happened this summer, a majority of the players that were here last season were still gonna be here this year. So what's the point of like waiting until the summer to like get a few more like results in the Premier League and like let these players that aren't gonna be here like enjoy their time and their football? Like, fuck out of here, bro. Like, what are we talking about? It's fantastic that he has the balls to be like, yo, I'm gonna play my way, and even though we're gonna struggle, because you guys are making me come in here when I don't have a preseason to train my guys and at least give them a chance to be ready when the season starts, because I'm coming in halfway through the year. There's no time to practice. There's nothing. This is on y'all, bro. I'm coming in at this time because this is my dream, and you're telling me that if I don't take it right now, it's not gonna be there at the end of the year. I'm gonna have to take it. Like, you're not giving me an option at that point. It's my fucking dream. I'm gonna say yes. You gave me an ultimatum that you knew I was gonna say yes to. And then I came and did what I did. And honestly, it was amazing because we looked good. Like, we looked like we had learned in preseason. Like, when we were playing those first 2 games, you can tell that the players that were here really knew the system and had really learned it from that time till now. Like, those 2 games that we had against West Ham and Bournemouth, weren't just like some BS or whatever. Were good games by like pretty much the teams like the team that was here last season. And then we've struggled a little bit since we've gotten rid of the guys that were here. How do you guys not expect that? Like, what is it in here that you're just like, oh, nah, like, and Bomo, Cunha, and Sesko were here since November when Amorim took over. They should be scoring goals. Bro, they've been here like a month and a half. Like, together, total. A month, maybe? September 25th. Yeah, like, maybe a month and a half? And you guys are like, yeah, they should just be fucking flying? They haven't even played one game together, really, as starters, have they? So then what are we talking about? Of course it's going to take a little bit for us to score, bro. But we have, the chances are created. We are playing better. You can't watch us play and be like, we're not better than what we saw last season. We are. Like, last season, I knew we were playing bad, bro. Like, you could see it. The stats backed it up. Everything backed this shit up. Not just the eye test. Everything backed it up. Like, no chances created in like half of Amorim's like games. Like, bro, this is it was bad at first for the first 2 months. Like, from November to like February, it was a struggle, like a real bad struggle. And then from February till the end of the season, they at least like were good enough to be in every game, just not get results at all, right? Like, they were at least good enough to be in the games. They just weren't like good enough to get many results. This season, we are good enough to get the results. We're just not. We haven't been together as a team long enough, or have had enough experience together to be demanding results right now. Like, it's a ridiculous thought. I just don't understand where people are coming from, bro. Luke Shaw, De Ligt, and Euro, the 3 players that started the first 4 games in the Premier League. How many games have they played together, bro? As a starting 3? Maybe 10 max? Maybe? Bayern Deer started 6 games for us so far in his career. Maybe a little bit more, obviously, because he's had a few like games in the past year or 2 or whatever. Like, really? Cunha and Bomo and Sesko weren't even here last season, dog. They haven't even played 1 game together. How are you expecting the team to be like flying and ready to go and scoring goals and shit? Like, just think a little bit. Like, have a little bit of a thought. Don't just listen to what Sky Sport tells you. Oh, Man United suck. Like, how? Why? The stats don't show that. The eye test doesn't show that. Like, what are we talking about? People complain about City. Like, bro, City, the City game, their expected goals were 2.6 and ours was 1.6. We had 2 big chances missed. We had 55% possession. That's not like numbers or stats or anything that show that we just got freaking demolished. So it wasn't as bad as people think just because of the score. We were so close to making that an unbelievable game if we don't make a mistake to allow the second goal. Like, go look at the second goal. I think it's the reason why Lenny didn't start against Chelsea, because he makes a mistake. As a defender, you do not allow a forward to turn you and shield you and get a chance to go at your goal and to the middle of the field. Like, that is the absolute last thing that you do as a defender, is allow a player to turn you, shield you, and go inside. That's not, you cannot allow that. And you can't allow a player as dangerous as Doku to do that. So it's an inexperienced thing for me from Lenny, because Lenny is 20 years old and he hasn't played 1 full year with our team. He's gonna there are gonna be things that he needs to learn still. He's not a fully ready center back to play every game. I don't believe so. He's still too young, too inexperienced, but he's so good still, which is fantastic, right? It's fantastic to have this kid there, because he's gonna learn. If you watch De Ligt play that position yesterday, that's how, against Chelsea, not yesterday. Against Chelsea, the press up high, like you saw how he was playing that position. The Lid's more experienced. He's been our best center back, but you can see that he played it differently because of that. If we don't allow that second goal, we were close to tying that game up against City, both at the end of the half and at the beginning of the second half. We came out well in both of that. So like we weren't getting dominated, bro. We made a stupid mistake in the second half to allow them to get a second goal, and then now you have to try to push against City at the Etihad, and you give up a goal that was really silly by Harry Maguire. I mean, to allow a player behind you at any point as the center back is just ridiculous. Like I just don't get it. That was like a momentary lapse in judgment by him, because that was just a bad individual error. You can't blame the manager on a defender allowing a forward to get behind them inside of their half. Like, nah, bro. Like, that is just not happening. Like, you should never, ever happen. Like, that should never, ever happen if you're the center back, like the middle center back. So, we didn't get killed really against City. I think the result was way worse. So, just look at this video. Think about those few things I talked about, the numbers I gave you. And just try to think to yourself, has it really been that bad? Take results out of it. Think about the game. I know that the Grimsby game is really the one that's, I think, affecting this. Because people are like, oh, man, like, we shouldn't have lost that game. And I agree. But that I put on the players, man. You look at the at the squad that we put out, the players that were there. Man, I had weeks of Kobe Mainu talking about, I want to get loaned out because I want playing time. And then he gets a start against that team. He had Cunha, Sesko, and Ahmad up front, and we don't score goals, bro. Like, he had 1 out of 3 successful dribbles Kobe had in that game, and he's the guy that's supposed to start the attacks and play, right? So, like, why do you think Kobe's not starting? He got the chance against a 4th division team and couldn't have our offense doing anything. And you guys expect him to start in the Prem against, like, big boy teams, and you guys expect him to run our team and shit? Like, ridiculous. That game was completely on those players, bro. That was nothing. The managers, the tactics, that shit had nothing to do with it. That was on the players. They gave very little effort. They walked into that field thinking that they were going to beat that team no matter what, because they were Man United and they were a 4th division team. That shit was on the players. That's not on the manager, bro, because he made changes. They tied the game. They had a chance to win the game at the end of the game, and in PKs. We had literally a PK to win the game and just go home, win the game, have people still upset, but at least haven't won. The manager did what he was supposed to do, put out a good enough team to win the game, and then made changes to win the game. That's all you can ask from a manager. At the other point, now you have to ask the players to do what they have to do, bro. So, those are my thoughts. I am 100% behind Amber. I don't want to be flip-flopping. That is stupid, because there's no reason for me to be flip-flopping. Do the results hurt because I'm a Man United fan? Fuck yeah, they hurt, man. Like, I want to win every single game. I'm a fan. Like, when have I ever wanted to lose a game? Never. But can I at least, like, realistically look at what's going on? And do I think that I have a better understanding of football than... Like, I think for understanding of football, I'm in the 97th percentile at least, compared to anybody out here on this, like, on YouTube. I mean, if we're talking about YouTube, like any fan channel that's doing YouTube, I'm in the 99th percentile. I'm in the, like, 97th percentile if you add, like, professionals and shit. And that's me being as honest as I could possibly be. Super cocky, probably. I don't care. It's just the truth. Talk to you guys later. Please enjoy the rest of your day. I'm really excited about watching Manchester United play against Brentford, and you should be too.